veil. You know I always have to kill him with the long veil.
I actually got one on my phone too.
What's up, how we do, love fam? Oh my goodness.
It's been a while.
It's your queen, Aaliyah Janelle.
And the young King Tally Baby.
Oh my gosh, y'all. We just want to apologize for leaving you guys hanging for so long. I think the last video we posted was our last day in Atlanta. Oh no, I think the last video that we posted was when we went and played tennis with my dad.
Oh yeah.
Can you believe that?
Yeah, it's been a minute.
But you know what, guys? We have been so deep in just everything in our wedding plans, in my Q&L tour. He has been having auditions every single week, playing baseball games, and you know, just making the best of the year. We caught COVID. Like, it's just been so much happening, and I think that's, you know, I think it's really great reasons as to why we haven't been on our YouTube game in a minute. But we are very, very excited to, you know, share with you guys our wedding journey, which this is kind of like the startup of our wedding journey. But first, we just want to catch you up before we start posting all of our wedding stuff.
Right.
Well, let me just start off by saying I haven't, since COVID and since quarantine and all of that, I decided that I didn't want to teach as often as I was before. And for a minute, I was telling my students it was just getting a little too worky. I felt like there was a lot of pressure for me to like always come up with the next big thing every single week. I'm getting less and less excited about class. I'm getting uninspired. I don't know what songs to pick. A lot of my queens that make me inspired, they're off doing their own thing now. They're booking jobs. They're just like starting their own brands. So literally, I just thought that this was happening like right before quarantine. And I just thought that it was the biggest sign for me to stop class and not be so accessible to the dance world and the LA dance life and all of that. And this was a sign for me to like go into different, you know, different lanes and stuff. Because I always tell my students that, you know, we're not just dancers. A lot of dancers out here are so talented and can be so much more than dancers and have like hidden talents and hidden, you know what I'm saying? Hidden hobbies, interests and hobbies, and take Tally for one of them. Like, he's the most amazing performer, amazing dancer. That's why I stopped teaching for a minute. That's why there wasn't a lot of dance videos coming out. I needed to protect my world. I needed to protect my dance energy, and I needed to scale back and just take a break for a minute.
I have actually been focusing more on film producing. So I've created a few new relationships, and we're on schedule to actually produce. It will be my largest film that I've produced, and I think it's a good way for me to just learn another aspect, another lane of the industry, because, you know, auditions are fine and it's great to like get booked on something. That's a great feeling. It shows that the work that you've done and everything, you know, shows, and someone else can see that you're good for the job. But also, you know, producing and learning behind the scenes, you get in that position where you can actually, you know, dictate and put yourself in things or whatnot, but also put yourself in things that you can actually accomplish. So I've been working on that.
While we were in quarantine, I was actually working secretly on a secret brand that I was teasing for a minute. And this was a new clothing line, just a new brand period that I wanted to create. So this new brand that I have called Q&L Apparel, I know you guys are like, bitch, well, how are you going to separate Queens and Letos if you're naming it Q&L? Q&L, I literally just wanted it, I want that to be like just an energy, just like an idea, just like when you think Q&L Apparel, yes, you think of the dance brand and you think of our dope videos, but then it's also just the ideas behind it and everything that I speak to my students, and you know, just the spiritual ideas and purposes behind that, you know what I'm saying? So I literally just released that, what, like 2 months ago. We've already run into some little hiccups or whatever, and again, it just goes with you being by a team of one, basically, you know, and my team that I'm working with is all the way in London. So we're working with time changes, we're doing all of that. So it's just a lot to handle, but we gotta persevere, we gotta stay on it. So any of you guys that have purchased Q&L apparel, thank you so much. That was literally just a test to see how you would like it. We are working on something as we speak. So just please be patient with me. Know that I'm trying my very, very best. And we're gonna get something out to you soon, but I'm so happy that I finally started this new brand. You guys have to look up that performance, like with her and DJ Khaled on the VMAs. Oh, Billboard Awards. Look up Billboard Awards, her and DJ Khaled. That's probably my most favorite performance that you've done, honey.
Yeah, that was a fun one, man. That was a fun one. That was Strikers / Marching 100, Family Marching 100 Love. Tanisha Scott creative directed that. First time working with her. She's an amazing creative director.
Yeah.
So that was a fun job. And then the next week, right after that, I did my boy Twitch. You know, he's a co-host of the show, and I think he DJs on the show, or used to DJ on the show initially and everything. But they were doing a special Juneteenth. But yeah, so I had those jobs pop up, and that was great. And then shoot, I didn't even really share my birthday. My birthday went out to Pismo Beach and did ATVs.
While I was on tour. Okay, we're getting there.
Yeah.
All right, so at this point, yeah, we're basically mid-year. We're trying to go in chronological order because we're really just trying to really catch you up. But so
this week on the Princess.
Right, 2021. So pretty much right before the summer, I decided that, damn bitch, well, I haven't been teaching. My clothing line is not out yet. Everything has just been super slow, including, like, you know, money and income and all of that. A lot of my bread comes from being the queen that I am and traveling out and seeing you guys and my class every week in LA. But since I stopped that, I was like, well, damn, we got this motherfucking wedding to pay for. So my cousin, my dear cousin, Jeff, he had the idea and gave me the push to go back on tour. So we decided to take full advantage of that, and we started reaching out to different hotels. So a lot of you guys, if you guys have been following me and following this journey, we are partnering pretty much all the time with W Hotels, Marriott's, and I hold my classes there. So right now I'm on like my sixth, seventh tour date, something like that, where I just travel to different cities around, you know, obviously the US. I can't do any countries right now, but I want to. But just with like COVID and all of that, like we don't know what it's like. So just to stay safe, we're just, you know, keeping around the major cities here in the US. And it's been so fun. I feel like I'm finally getting back into my groove again. And it made me, one of my tour dates was on his birthday, and I missed his birthday this year.
New Orleans, right?
Yeah, I think it was New Orleans, but I was like, sorry, honey. It's for the wedding. Like, I have to work. We both have to.
For the wedding.
We both have to focus, and make sure we're doing everything that we can to make sure that we have the wedding of our dreams that we've been waiting for.
So I was like, you know what? The good thing is, I keep saying it, this is my new world. I got my family out here.
Right.
So I'm like, you know what? Some of the strikers, my boy, shout out to the strikers, family strikers. Some of the boys was, so a lot of our birthdays are around the same time, so we always tend to do something together. And it was like, yo, we gonna jump in the cars, we gonna go to Pismo, we gonna go ride ATVs in the sand dunes. And my little brother stays out in Simi Valley, so I was like, yo, Taylor, let's go. I've been before, and I'm like, it's dope, it's worth the trip. I think it's what, like a 3-hour drive. So, shoot, I went and, did I pick him up? Yeah, I scooped him up, met the boys out there, man, we rode ATVs, we had a whole freaking adventure. I'll let y'all see some of the details, because people got stuck, there was accidents.
Nope.
And then my car got stuck on the beach, because Pismo, you actually drive your car onto the beach. It's a motor beach or whatnot, and then you go to your different vendors. And if you haven't been to Pismo Beach, go there. It's amazing. It's fun, especially if you like, you know, ATVs and dune buggies and all that kind of shit. So we had that, and then I went to my boy Brandon Cunningham, one of my other striker March 100 brothers, crib. He had his birthday. We shared the same birthday, July 10th. So he had a little situation. So I went to his crib, kicked it with him and his people or whatever. So
he had an eventful birthday.
Yeah, I had a very eventful birthday.
While he was sick, I needed to make sure, I'm like, okay, if I'm gonna be around him, I need to be somewhat cautious, because we love each other so much. Like, even if we're sick, even if we have the worst breath, if we fucking stink, if we're just so crusty dusty, we will still love on each other. And that's more so him. Like, he just does not care. He just does not care. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna not sleep in the sheets with all his germs and whatever it is that he got. You know what I'm saying? We were still kissing, obviously. We were still cuddling. I had to make sure that I took care of him. You know, I wanted him to feel my love. So yeah, like he said, he was good for like 2-3 days. And then all of a motherfucking sudden, I started to feel, what did I feel first?
You just felt a little something.
I think it was like a head cold.
Yeah, head cold.
I felt my throat
That's
do a
pretty
little
much
something
what the
funny.
main thing it was. It's just mainly sinus and head cold.
And then, okay, so I felt that head cold, and then this was when my family had invited us to the fair.
Oh,
and we went to the OC freaking fair. And then that next day, I was like, like I started my head, my throat. I wasn't in pain, but now it was like what started off as like a cute little something became something, bitch. And I think it was maybe that night after the OC fair, I decided to get a massage. I was like, you know what? Let's have her work out whatever it is that's in me. And then
your body was sore too.
My body was sore. I was feeling the heaviness. Yeah. I was feeling the the body aches.
Did you dance, or maybe it was the gym? You've been working out with Will.
I've been on my workout. Yeah. I don't know what it was, but like as soon as I started feeling my senses going away, I'm like, I had to take something and smell it, and I'm like, yo, it literally takes me putting it to my fucking nostrils for me to smell something. And then I remember we got a burrito for breakfast that next morning, and I couldn't taste it. Here we are. He is engaged to someone that's positive, and I stayed home for 4 or 5 days. I told him to get tested. I was so scared that I was going to infect him. He was so sure that he had it first and then gave it to me, and now he built up the antibodies. You weren't scared of me at all?
No.
I was so, like, I felt like an alien. I felt like I couldn't go home. I had to cancel one of my tour dates. I was gonna go to Boston, had to cancel it. Everybody was calling me, making sure that I was okay. And I feel like the worst thing about that was I felt fine. I was not in pain. The only thing is I couldn't smell and I couldn't taste. And then after 3-4 weeks, I was able to smell and taste again. I was so tempted to do that little fucking burnt orange shit with the little brown sugar and stuff.
Yeah, we was trying to find all kind of home remedies and shit.
But I was like, you know what? Just live in it. Yeah, just live in it. It is fine. Like, at least I still have my energy.
You did take advantage of not being able to taste them.
Oh yeah, I was drinking beet juice and vegetable juice and carrot juice and freaking celery juice and shit. I was the most healthy when I couldn't taste. And honestly, I kind of miss that because I probably was like the most snatched because everything tasted like water.
We are like halfway to this wedding, halfway through the year, and it is time. We gotta get a venue, we gotta decide our colors, we gotta get these invites, all that. And we jumped on it. So we got our wedding planner, Simply Troy, and he pulled up some venues, and we found a great venue in Malibu.
So while I go through the social cleanse and all of that, we finally sent our invitations. We decided to do everything online. First rounds, yep. So we still need to send the letter out for people to, you know, for the deadline.
Here's the dilemma. So, you know, we are amidst this pandemic And so that we know that that's going to affect, like, you know, some people's desire to travel and shit. So we're doing like a wave of invites, you know what I'm saying? Family, you know what I'm saying, they get first dibs. If they don't RSVP, then we'll shut that down, and then we have a second tier and then a third tier or whatever, just in terms of like people's closeness to our relationship, plus people who we know are going to be traveling in or whatever. Most of my people that's here, I know that they'll be cool with just like maybe coming to the reception or something like that. The boys, you know, they don't want to sit through the ceremony.
Now that we pretty much have our guest list, like the idea, now, you know, it's wedding dress shopping, which I already picked my dress and I'm already feeling like I, bitch, want to change it. I'm getting my bridesmaids dresses done. I'm so terrified because I feel like, honey, I feel like Tally's not doing enough to like start this process of finding his suit. And then we got to do wedding bands and just other things like that. We're gonna have to schedule our tasting. Later this week, we are picking out some decor, and we're just like right in the middle. We're right in the meat of everything. We had a pre-wedding shoot, which maybe here, let's show them, like, you guys will get a sneak peek of a pre-wedding shoot and tell them what happened during the pre-wedding shoot.
You're just gonna
so
show
here's just one picture that we took. Ooh wee. Look at that veil. You know I always have to kill him with the long veil.
I actually got one on my phone too.
And we have already been through like several situations to where it's been, you know, kind of like difficult between us, and we've had some disagreements and we've had some obstacles that we've had to get through. And it literally just, every time we go through that, it makes the idea of our wedding being at the end of the year, having gone through all of that, so much more special. Cause like we have experienced ups and downs, bitch. So when we vow to each other on our wedding day to give our life to each other for forever, it like, we really mean it.
Yeah, and you really know what that means.
And we really know what that means. Yeah, and while we've been together for pretty much 6 years, like, you guys have to understand watching this that we're still not perfect, but
there's just still so much life to live.
So much life to live, so much things to learn, not only about each other, not only about ourselves, but about us, about this union.
Yeah.
And we have to be open to those things, and especially that we're gonna give our lives to each other.
Yeah. That's
the new priority, you know?
I will also say another thing that stands out is understanding that our relationship comes first. So if people don't align, meaning if their energy or things that they like to do and say and habits, if it's not healthy for the relationship, then they probably should not
be around.
Because you can't change anybody. You can't change anybody. You shouldn't try to change people. You should just try to see them in your mind as perfectly as they can be and just leave it at that. But you can't change anybody. So
yeah,
you know, that goes for family, friends, business, associates, you know, work, everything like that.
All in all, Tally is my one and only, my priority. He is everything, and when we are good, literally the universe just proves it time and time again. Like, when we're good, everything is good around us. It just works out. And it, like, he is my core. He is the foundation. Our relationship is my foundation that makes Queens and Letos, that makes Q&L Apparel, that makes all the different projects that, you know, I'm doing. And same thing for him. So it's like, we just overall, to end this video, we just want to share that it starts with us. It starts with ourselves, and then it starts with, you know, the unconditional love that we have with our partner. And I'm just so ready to marry him. This officially will launch, this catch-up video will officially launch our wedding series that we're working on right now. We've been vlogging everything that we could involving our wedding, so we're gonna put it together so you can be a part of our journey. We have a new brand that we've been working on. It's very much in the beginning, you know, beginning stages. We're still, you know, putting ideas together, but all in all, what we want the idea to be, and just, you know, something, it's like another baby of ours. You know how Fani is to us? This brand will be our second baby. and we plan to launch it when we are Mr. and Mrs. So that to look forward to. And yeah, so if you guys like this video, be sure to
like, comment,
I thought you
subscribe.
I thought you weren't gonna catch on. I was about to catch the ball for you.
Man, do this.
I was about to catch the ball for you. Again, we're so sorry that it took us this long, everybody. Know that we are living our best lives. We're making sure that our social life is healthy, our mental, our emotional, our physical, and all of that. You know that always comes first, and we hope that you put that first as well. And let's launch off this wedding series and end us off, honey. Catch the ball.
Peace out. Peace out.
Come back to how we do. That's okay, I got y'all. Come back to how we do love, and hopefully there will be another new video.